And hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live. It's Jason Mann with Jim Check and our afternoon news headlines. Well, the City of Kelowna and BC Housing have selected the operators for 120 new temporary tiny homes that are currently under construction for people experiencing homelessness.
We've been doing this story for a couple of days now. And I guess with the intense pressure from the MLAs and, of course, the stories we've been doing, they announced the John Howard Society of the Okanagan and Kootenay will operate the 759 Crowley Avenue site, and Turning Points Collaborative Society will operate the site at 2740 Highway 97. They knew that the housing was needed urgently, and they worked quickly to get those operators. There you go. And then we've got a response from Renee Merrifield when we asked her for comment on that. She said it was promising, but more work needs to be done. She welcomes the memorandum of understanding with the John Howard Society for tiny homes, a hopeful step towards faster aid for our vulnerable residents facing the cold. However, it's disappointing that such significant ministry action only came after intense pressure. So there you go. So that's good. Good news.
Yeah.
Good news. However it gets done, good news.
And Mayor Tom Dias, we mentioned this earlier, was in for a great conversation yesterday to tell us all about the new waterfront park that is going to be built on Okanagan Lake, part of the Trustwell.
Yeah, look at that image there. That's a pretty big piece of property there. So that's awesome. So again, you can go watch the video on Kelowna Now. It's on the story on Kelowna Now. If you go to Kelowna Now, you'll find the story along with the embedded video.
It's a beautiful property.
It is.
And a death of a man and his dog south of Kamloops, now a homicide investigation.
Yeah, the Kamloops RCMP have identified the victim as Mark Hoffman, and the Southeast District Major Crime Unit has taken control of the investigation. According to police, the bodies of Hoffman and his dog were found off Inks Lake Road within the Logan Lake Community Forest, west of Highway 5 and south of Kamloops. The grisly discovery in the popular recreational area was made around 2:40 p.m. on Saturday, December 16th. They had found him in a green Ford Explorer. So they're asking for the public if they've seen anything or to reach out to the RCMP. If you go to Kelowna Now, you'll find the numbers to reach out to.
Well, we made it, Jim. We got here. Finally, the shortest and the darkest day of the year in BC.
There you go. It feels like the shortest and darkest year of our Canadian history, too. So hopefully we can make it through that. We can look at this two ways. You can pout because it's the shortest day of the year, or thanks to winter solstice, forcing the sun to rise late and then making a hasty exit with its early sunset. Or you can rejoice that Christmas is just 4 days away. And every day from now on will get a little lighter and brighter as the earth ever so gradually tilts back towards the sun. You can count on that.
It's like money in the bank.
There you go. There you go.
It's my dad's birthday today, too.
Is it? Happy birthday, Paul Mann.
Yeah.
A big figure in Kelowna at one time.
Yeah.
Ran 3 radio stations here, or 4. No, 3. 3.
Yeah, 3.
At one time. Yeah. And there you go.
Well,
when radio was a thing. I'm kidding. Radio's still a thing.
3 here.
I'm kidding.
18 others across the province.
We love radio. We even tried to do it.
Tried. I don't know. I think there's still... audio is a very interesting and evolving space, obviously, and I think there's still room for local radio, but definitely a lot of evolution underway with digital technology. Police issuing a warning after multiple Swifties have been scammed on Facebook Marketplace. When were we going? We knew we were going to hear this.
Yeah, for sure. Scammers taking advantage of people's overwhelming desire to see Taylor Swift live.
The price per ticket, on these after-sale places for this concert are just unbelievable.
Well, Marcy says she's going to go dressed as a Swiftie. Maybe her and her friends can just, what's that called, like lip sync a song, and they can take $1,000 each, right?
Oh my God.
$1,000 tickets.
$1,000.
How much would you pay? What would be your top if money?
$1,000.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah.
To go to the concert, yeah. But I mean,
$1,000 to go to a concert.
okay, but it's like the Eras tour. It's like once in a lifetime. She's never gonna do that. Worth it.
Okay.
You just don't get it.
Well, the leader of
Obviously we don't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get ahead of.
Uh-huh.
The leader of BC's official opposition party, the BC United Party, says he'll make sure voters have a clear choice in the election next fall. He says the choice between them and the NDP. That's Kevin Falcon.
Kevin Falcon was in our studio, and
Yeah.
we did a really good live stream with Kevin Falcon.
Interesting chat.
We're going to try to get John Rustad in as well. So, and we'll try to get David Eby, but I'm pretty sure we won't. But hey, we'll give it a whirl, right?
We'll ask.
Anyway, the leader of BC's opposition, Kevin Falcon, says he'll make sure they have that clear choice. And he thinks that most of the people that are, like polling for the BC Conservative Party or Conservative Party of BC think they're voting for Pierre Poilievre. And he says, by the time you get around to it, they'll have that all straightened out.
Oh, my.
Falcon's 60 years old now. I said most people could not recognize John Rustad. So I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, they've just recently rebranded. Some, if that can work out for them, or it might work against them. So there's a lot of factors at play here. 4 people were injured in a head-on collision on Highway 3 north of Karamias.
4 people are alive, but suffering from a variety of injuries resulting from a serious head-on collision on Highway 3 north of Olalla on Wednesday night. Shortly after 6 p.m., officers with the BC Highway Patrol and Karamias RCMP were called to the collision site. Crews from local fire and rescue and BC Emergency Health were also called in to help with response. Initial investigation has determined that the driver of the Mazda was traveling south, crossed the center line, and collided with the oncoming Toyota. The driver and 2 passengers in Mazda were transported to the hospital for serious life-threatening injury. The driver of the Toyota was transported to a nearby hospital as well with non-life-threatening injuries.
And the police arrested one man who was caught red-handed after a break and enter before sunrise downtown Kelowna today.
The RCMP officers were alerted to the crime in progress in the business of the 400 block of Bernard Avenue around 4:20 a.m. 2 suspects were caught on surveillance camera, including a man who broke the glass window and grabbed several items before fleeing on foot. He was caught a short time later by responding officers while still carrying a stolen item with storage tags and security labels from the impacted business. As a result of the quick response, the suspect was promptly arrested and the storage property returned. The man was initially arrested and processed at the RCMP detachment before being released on an undertaking to appear on March 25th, 2024. Second suspect was located with the officer but released pending further investigation. There you go.
And a lengthy investigation has led to more than a dozen charges laid against a woman accused of human trafficking for sexual exploitation.
14 charges to be exact. The probe began in March when Langley RCMP received a 911 call from a local gas station near a hotel in the 20400 block of 88 Avenue. The attendant reported an injured and distressed adult female walked in and asked to call police. Frontline officers responded, and while providing first aid to the woman, were directed to a nearby motel. After initial investigation led to the arrest of Jennifer Lynn Stevens, who was charged with assault. However, in July, Stevens failed to show up for that court appearance, and a Canada warrant was issued. While she was on the run, investigators continued to build the case against her and finally brought her back into custody on December 7th. Stevens, who's now being held in custody, facing 14 criminal charges. And listen to these charges, which include trafficking in persons, material benefit from trafficking a person under 18 years old, material benefit from sexual services of a person under 18 years old, procuring a person under 18 years old, forcible confinement, assault causing bodily harm, assault with a weapon, uttering threats, trafficking a person under 18 years old, material benefit from sexual services, and advertising sexual services. The RCMP says human trafficking involves the recruitment, transportation, and harboring of persons or the control of their movements for the purpose of exploitation. Typically, victims are trafficked for forced labor or sexual exploitation, with the latter being alleged reason behind this particular case. Sad, sad, sad.
Well, from sad, I don't know if it's sadder, but it's definitely sad to sad.
Sounds a lot worse.
Police say an Edmonton couple and a family member have been charged with more than 100 offenses in what investigators are describing as one of the most disturbing cases of child abuse they've ever seen.
Edmonton police allege there were 3 years of physical and emotional abuse of 7 children and family pets. They began investigating reports of significant child abuse on December 1. They say a 34-year-old Edmonton father and his 37-year-old common law partner and a 25-year-old family member were abusing the father's 6 children and 1 grandchild ranging in age from 2 to 13. Police allege the children were frequently beaten, strangled, and malnourished for years. The father is alleged to have a shock collar on some of the children and also beat one of the family 5 dogs with a broom handle. I don't even want to read more of this. If you want to read this story, go to kelownanow.com. The children have been subjected to years of physical and emotional pain.
Be hard to.
That no child should ever have to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's...
and that'll be something they have to kind of work through in their whole lives now to kind of break that. It's tough. ICBC is reminding BC drivers to stay vigilant over the holidays. It's a very busy time for everybody. Lots of icy roads, and obviously leads to some dangerous situations.
So the big travel week coming right up here, Christmas week coming up. So people are traveling. Some are short jaunts, some are longer jaunts. But make sure that, again, winter tires, number 1. 2, drive slow, leave early, all those kind of things just to make sure. And then also pack an emergency kit in your car, even if you're going to Big White. Some blankets, some power bars, stuff like that, some fruit, some juice, water, and blankets. And make sure you got some boots and some mitts and all that stuff and good jackets, right? Mm-hmm. On average, 457 people are injured and 2 people are killed in over 1,770 crashes in BC over the winter holidays. That's what ICBC says. According to the 5-year average from December 24 to 26, 2 people are killed each year in a motor vehicle accidents. Statistics show another 288 British Columbians are injured, another 1,187 crashed in the province. So, again, drive safe. Check Drive BC. Drive BC is your friend. Make sure you check those roads. There's webcams on most of those highways. And then if you're out there, remember that small changes in how you drive can have a big impact, and driving at a lower speed will give you more time to react. Maintain safe traveling distances for sure in snow, and allow increased time to stop on wet, icy roads. And even take bigger breaks. Like if you're driving to Calgary, like take longer breaks and make sure you're alert, right?
Yeah.
Take rest stops, stretch your legs, check your vehicle, make sure you got enough washer fluid. All these things will make the difference, right?
Yeah.
Check washer fluid. Don't take chances passing. Do you know what I mean? Like all those kind of things, right? And the big one, if you're going to go out to a party on New Year's or Christmas parties and that, don't drink and drive. Just don't do it. There's enough, especially if you're in Kelowna. There's Uber, there's U-Ride, there's cabs. There's a friend. Call a friend.
Yeah, with Uber, that's going to make it a lot easier. Because you know what? A lot of complaints over the years where Uber's been available in other markets where it's pretty tough to get a cab on a New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I think there's enough choices now, right? Yeah. So there's no excuse for it. You don't need to drink that bad.
Yeah. West Kelowna CAO is moving to Lake Country in February.
Trading places.
Yeah.
The West Kelowna's CAO is moving across the lake to join the District of Lake Country in February. I guess some you win some, you lose some, right? There you go. Paul Gibbs will be taking the helm at Lake Country on February 12th, 2024. And he's leaving that beautiful building they got in West Kelowna.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Maybe they didn't give him a big enough office.
5 kittens were left in a cardboard box outside of the BC SPCA just days before Christmas. And there they are.
You were just saying you wanted a cat for Christmas.
Well, you know, those are pretty adorable.
There you go. Take 2 or 3 of them. There's that beautiful little white one. I like that white one there. A litter of kittens were left there.
Oh, look at that black one with the...
Oh, yeah. I got that, like that blaze on the face, like a calico. There you go. Cool. Well, at least they left them at the BC SPCA. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know, better than just, other alternatives, right? Mm-hmm. We had a couple of tweets to show you. I don't know if Marcy got them or not, but we'll see.
From the X-Files?
Oh, there's one. Only 26% of Canadians can afford, this is out of Toronto Star, can afford a single-family home right now. Yikes.
That is not encouraging.
No. And then I had another one there. I don't know if you got that one. Oh, well, there's one. Tesla has created more employee millionaires than any company in history. That's Tesla employees there with the launch of the Cybertruck. They do, most of them get stock options. And
I wonder what that number is. How many?
Well, if you can get Elon on for a call, that'd be great. We can ask that question. So if you can get Elon on for a call, I'll even buy you lunch.
Okay.
How's that?
Even lunch, eh?
There's also another tweet that I had there. showing that a lot of men serving, well, not men, people serving in our military are accessing food banks. Yeah, like that's a national shame.
Whoa.
And the people that are serving our country, putting their lives at risk.
Wow.
Anyway, you can go watch that tweet yourself, and you can go watch the people that comment on it. But I mean, that is something that we should all be very sad for. If you're asking people to stand up for our country and represent our country, and then they can't afford to feed their families, I don't know.
It's a national embarrassment.
It's something. It
I would
ain't
say.
good.
No.
It ain't good.
Well, I wouldn't say this was the
My
most
English ain't good
uplifting, few minutes together, but
Well, hey,
lots of things happening.
best thing to do around this time, think of family. Think of how you can help others that may not have as much as you, and come closer and take that extra time for sure too, and make sure that people have a safe and happy holiday season, because it's also a time that some people get pretty depressed at this time of year. It's also a time for people to reflect on the past year and start to plan for a better 2024. Right?
Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that. We'll reflect on, we'll do some goal setting too. We'll actually do a little bit of that. Even here on these live streams, we'll do like setting goals and talk about some of the goals that people set and how to stick with them, right? Because lots of times people have a lot of ambition, on January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then it just I see them in the gym. They show up, it's busy for a week. So how do you, and I've seen that for years, so how do you stick? That's the big question, right? So how do you stick? So,
Okay, well, great. Let's.
Anyway, so bigger and better tomorrow, because it's going to be brighter. I guess it doesn't exactly shift right away, but we're looking forward to longer days of sunlight.
Oh yeah.
I understand there's a golf course open. The weather's going to be great. So if you want to hit the club, there's an opportunity.
Be the envy of all your friends in Alberta.
You can actually golf on Christmas Day, I think. I looked at booking. I was looking at it, and it looked like it was available, right? So,
Wow.
Shadow Ridge.
Only in Victoria until now.
There you go. Christmas Day, you can be out there swinging the club, and you don't even have to go to Vegas.
Yeah, like it. All right. Well, have a great night. Be safe out there. We'll be back again tomorrow morning at 9.